So we're going to practice some more animation and we're going to create a nice story. I'm going to begin by using the black paintbrush tool and start off with this hero. As you can see, my artistic skills are impeccable. And what's interesting here is I'm going to have him start off. Let's make him into a nice movie symbol here. Going to highlight him using the selection tool, right click, convert to symbol, and let's make him into a movie in case you want some inner strange animations going on. So let's make him to movie clip, and you know what, I'm going to take care of the strange inner animation. Let me double click into him using the selection tool. Pow. We're in a new dimension, and this is where I wanted to show you something very quick and cool. I'm going to right click frame 1, create classic tween, and then I'm going to right click frame, let's say 10, insert keyframe. Now normally we make the change at the end keyframe, but this is interesting. I'm going to click on the first keyframe on the actual timeline. And when you go to properties, you'll see that we have this tweening rotation option. I'm going to choose clockwise, CW, and we're going to rotate one time. We can change that. So now you can see as I click through the time, Flash automatically calculates a full rotation. You don't have to worry about manually rotating things. This is great. Imagine you actually have a ninja star that you want to rotate. Let's go back to the scene 1 and press Control Enter to test it out. You can see this person is doing a nice rotation type movement. So this is great. So from here to here, he's going to do a little acrobatic tumble all the way to, let's say, frame 50. So I'm going to go right click, create classic tween, right click, insert keyframe. So from here to here, I'm just going to move it using the arrow tools, click on it, move it over, and just, excuse me. Okay, so we basically moved it across, press Control Enter, and you can see that this person's doing a tumble. Now I want to switch gears. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually right click on the last keyframe. I'm going to remove the tween. Notice how it did not affect the previous tween. It just means that we're no longer actually doing some kind of motion. So if I were to actually insert a keyframe on frame 60, right click, insert keyframe, the person's just going to stand around for 10 frames. So let's take a look at that. Does a little acrobatic tumble, and then okay, it looks like it's not really standing very long. Let me just insert some frames here. I'm going to press F5 a couple of times so you can see if I scroll to the right, there's some more frames there. So from here to here, the person should not be moving. And they're actually spinning on the same spot. What if I want him to stop spinning? Now this is interesting. I'm going to double click this layer and I'm going to call this person Dude. How do you make him actually stop spinning? Now remember, when you actually double clicked into this movie symbol, we made it spin. So therefore, when we're talking about this keyframe here, in this key, he's still spinning. So how do we stop it? Well, one way of doing it is actually no longer use that movie. So I'm going to double click into the movie. I'm going to copy this picture, this graphic. So I'm going to just copy that. And then here, I'm going to actually right click to the keyframe just beside the end. Right click, insert blank keyframe. Because now this is hollow. I'm not going to actually paste the movie. I'm just going to paste the picture of him. So I'm going to edit. Paste in place is nice because it allows you to paste it just in the right spot, same spot as you've already copied it. So I'm just going to click OK. And so this is just a drawing. Whoa, what happened there? So it was here, and then it now came to be over here, and we have a problem. So let me try deleting that, and I'm going to copy this. Right-click, copy, and then I'm going to actually go here and go edit, paste in place. So right now we do have the same movie, which is a problem. I should have just inserted a keyframe, but that's okay. But I'm going to right-click, break it. When you break movies apart, you can break it. This is a graphic symbol now. I'm going to right-click, break it again. You can break things, and generally when you get rid of that blue line, the blue box, the symbol box, you can now erase and draw on it using the paintbrush. So in the beginning we have a tumbling movie. You can't really see it now until you press Control Enter. But on frame 51, it's just a picture, which is nice. Control Enter. So you can see here that we have a nice picture of a dude who's staring down his opponent for a few frames. And by the way, if you want to slow things down, just click on the white canvas with the selection tool. And change the FPS. Instead of 24, if you want to go half speed, choose 12 frames per second. Control Enter. Everything runs a little bit more slowly. Video quality is more like 24 or 30 or higher. So I'll just change it back to 24. Okay, let's fight a Goomba. I'm going to create a new layer and create a layer called Goomba. And I'm just going to draw this myself using the paintbrush tool. And let's just choose the color brown or anything that looks kind of like brown. So on frame 1, the Goomba exists. The Goomba is going to be here. And you can see there's a very beautiful Goomba. I'll use the paint bucket tool to fill in the Goomba here. And of course, you can use the paintbrush tool again, and we'll just give the Goomba black eyes. And the Goomba is not very happy. He's sad. It's like that Super Bowl commercial where, you know, everyone was very sad in the office, but then you got that Jamaican positivity, Yaman. But anyways, he's sad because he's always the bad guy. Reminds you of any movie? All right, so here we go. We have a Goomba here. The Goomba here is not very happy. He's just there, yeah, I'm not gonna do much with him. Let's make him into a movie. I think we should. Let's right-click, convert to symbol, make him into a movie. Too lazy to rename that. Click OK. If we had time, you'd probably should make him animate in some interesting way. But let's just, for the sake of simplicity and for the sake of time, finish this video. So what's going on here? We have different layers for different things, which is a good idea. You can hide layers. You can lock layers so you don't accidentally mess it up. But let's go through the time here. The person is going to do a little acrobatic tumble. The person is going to stare down the Goomba. And then finally, let's make the person jump. So how can we make the person jump? Maybe we should create a new layer. I wonder if I can create a regular tween here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, on the dude layer, right-click, insert a keyframe. So this is just like a regular picture frame. He's just standing around. I'm going to right-click, create classic tween. Sorry, create motion tween, because I like the way that it arcs. Can I do this or not? I'm not sure. Create motion tween. And it looks like it created a new layer, so it needs a new fresh start. That's okay. I'm going to create this layer called Dude 2. So the Dude 2 layer actually has that the classic, not the classic, the new motion tween that has that nice arced line. So let me make the Goomba layer exist a little bit longer. Just going to scroll to the right here using the arrow keys. Going to click here, press F5. F5, let's make it exist all the way to frame 105. Let's go back to the dude layer. And now that we created a motion tween, notice how you can actually drag out the right. This is for the regular motion tween. You can drag out the right to specify the duration. You should right-click, insert a keyframe, and let's just do the all. So right-click keyframe all. All means you can do multiple things. And let me drag this on top of the dude here. And let's make him like actually land here, right inside of the Goomba. And when you actually use a selection tool, click on the white area and then hover over the line. You see a little quarter semicircle there. Just drag it and make him do one of these. So let's think about it. Let's scrub through the timeline here. You can scrub through by clicking on the numbers and holding down the left mouse and dragging. The person's going to do a little jump here. Woo! And then how do we crush the Goomba? So around here, around frame 103, 104, around here is when I want to start crushing the Goomba. Okay, so let's press the little right arrow, make some more room. Let's make the Goomba layer a bit longer. Let's go all the way to frame 140, press F5. So the dude here starts crushing the Goomba. So what I'm going to do here is click here on the Goomba layer, right click, insert keyframe. So right now the Goomba has been doing nothing thus far, but starting from here, and let's make this a bit longer, up to frame 110. So here, all the way to from here. Oops, let's change that now. I just messed it up. Press F5 to insert some frames here. Shift F5 to remove frames. So starting from here, we really should start crushing the Goomba. So I'm gonna just press the Shift F5. I'm trying to align this animation up. So starting from here, this is where we should start crushing the Goomba. Okay, so how do we do that? I'm gonna right click, gonna create a classic tween. And let me just shorten this. It doesn't take this long to crush him. Let's right click, insert a keyframe here. So from here, the person's here. You can see the person's moving down. This is where the Goomba itself should be start to get crushed. So what I'll do is on the last keyframe, I'm just going to press the transform tool, the third tool, and just squish it down. And we should probably move him down as well using the arrow keys. So there you go. Let's take a look at what happened. So from here, it went one, crush, crush, crush. And then over here on frame, the frame after, insert blank keyframe, the Goomba layer is blank. So it means it no longer exists. So let's kind of scrub through this. So the person goes here. Now we want the person to exist again. So I'm going to right click, insert a blank keyframe here because I want the regular picture to go back. So let's scroll back to the picture dude. Gonna copy this. You know what? Let's you know what? We don't need to do that. Let's just go back. Yeah, let's just get this picture dude here. I'm gonna grab the picture of this dude here. If I click on it, it's a movie clip. I don't want the movie. I just want the picture. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go edit copy. Let's go to the actual dude layer, and this is the, remember, this dude 2 was the regular motion. I'm going to right click, insert a keyframe here, or blank keyframe, and I'm going to edit paste in place. So it's too far to the left. Let me press the arrow key, shift arrow moves it faster, and let's take a look if it seems to be making sense. So here the person's falling, and let me press F5 here to insert some more frames because we want him to stand around. And let's see if this makes sense now. So here the person's landing. The person's landing, and it looks like it's making sense. And there's our animation. Control Enter. So you can see we did quite a complicated animation here. He does a little spinneroo here, and then he crushed the Goomba. This video is getting long enough, so I'm going to stop here. But really, you want to make an interesting animation, it should have a story. It should have some dramatic tension, a problem, and the problem usually gets solved. If I were to be a bit more creative, after the person crushes the Goomba, after a little pause, I'd have a giant mommy Goomba come crush the person. That would be kind of funny, a little surprise ending. But that's that. Hopefully you guys can take some time to practice. Good luck, and hopefully you can bring all your animation skills and level up so that you can work with a coder to make some nice polished games and animations. Congratulations.